Very well, time to check out what happened on Zemeth. This is one long corridor. I forgot there were stairs here. Yep, better go back to the room with all the talismans. I am the blue key, Zisa Levart. I am the red key, Joy Brillante. I am the gold key, Sarah Arasil. Black Ark. In accordance with the pacts of old, prepare to welcome your master. And there goes the Great Vortex. Of course, this is not good news because there are a bunch of Romuns hanging outside. Seriously, why didn't Adol just warn the town about the Romuns chasing him in the first place? Otherwise, they would have at least know that taking out a Great Vortex might be a bad idea. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think I can take on a bunch of human enemies that easily. Oh, no way! Ahaha, you dummy! You free! Sorry, you're way too late. I commend you on your use of the talismans, but your efforts were for naught. The seal created by the Great Vortex has been removed at last. Now all that remains is to welcome our master. I bid you farewell. Get back here! Shit, all that for nothing? You, what are you just standing there for? If I told you not to touch those talismans, I warned you. You mustn't blame Adol. He arrived only a short time before you did. The ones responsible for removing the talismans were those heedless fools over there. Just what happened? What just happened? Those little creatures just started glowing, and then I couldn't move my body. I thought it was a goner. Damn it. I still don't know where the final seal is either. Guys, am I correct in assuming that those three fairies are homunculi? Their power is remarkable. Yeah, they are. They were made to have the same power as the three MLS swords. But what they've done is only the beginning. Whatever do you mean? There's no telling what's going to happen on these islands now. You're gonna want to be ready for anything. Maybe you should actually explain this properly. Okay. I have to go back into the ruins in order to use the teleport wing, I think. Gah, how could this happen? Gah. How could this be? Gah. Okay. Yeah, this is bad. Music is already foreboding. Gah. Seriously, I just teleported back and they've already invaded the entire place. Damn. We were initially set to sail to the western shores of Afroca. That was all scrapped after we received some new orders that came out of nowhere. It's incredible how these people managed to make a town somewhere completely closed off from the world like this. Makes you realize how strong-willed humanity can be. Stop talking like you're a casual NPC, you invaders! I feel like I've seen the woman in this house before. It was a long time ago now, when I was a part of security for a high-class party. This is bad. Those are Roman soldiers. I recognize that uniform anywhere. This can't be happening. How on earth did they get here? Those Imperial soldiers managed to get here. What's the Roman fleet doing here? They couldn't be here for... No. This can't be. Daddy told me not to go outside. Did something happen? Those Romuns. Why couldn't you be like the ones in Salsetta? We've defeated the infamous pirate Ladoc and his crew. We've stopped the Great Vortex and managed to land here on the Canaan Islands successfully. Our fleet has been racking up one achievement after another lately. We're nothing like how we used to be. Gah. Heard it's also possible to screw stuff up if you teleport at the wrong place at the wrong time during this invasion segment. I hope I didn't accidentally screw myself over. First we find islands in the vortex, then we find people build a town in one. It's one surprise after another. If only you could have seen the look on my face then. All these Roman soldiers started marching into the town out of nowhere and my jaw dropped. It doesn't look like they're here to make friends with us either. What could they be after? Gah. Honestly, just who those soldiers think they are? They just barge in here all of a sudden and act like they own the place. Just looking at them makes my blood boil. Gah. These guys are gonna change the status quo. That's for sure. We're searching for the person in charge of this town. But unfortunately, our sources tell us that he's away on business at the moment. The Roman fleet appeared at the port without warning. What could they be here for? I was able to secure their word that they won't harm any of the people of the town at least, but... what conundrum we have on our hands. How could something like this happen in Master Baslam's absence? It's all because you're stupid master. Ah! So I'd finally gotten the chance to play with the Pickards, but then a scary soldier showed up and told me to get back inside my home. Come to think of it, I did shut the gate of their pen, didn't I? Oh, crap! No more- oh crap, you left it open! Hey, you there with the red hair, don't go wandering around outside your home if you can help it. Don't take it personally, I'm just following orders. I already talked to you, actually. Seriously, this is bad. Gah. What's the Roman fleet doing here anyway? I should try talking to one of the soldiers to see if there's some way for me to get back home. Rumors that some kind of treasure lies at the center of the Great Vortex. Knowing Admiral Agares, I'm guessing that's what he's most interested in. We've been living on a ship for so long, I almost forgot what being on dry land feels like. But it sure does feel good to not be swaying all the time. Hope we're not going to get in trouble for slacking off here. So if first impressions are any indication, these soldiers aren't the most pleasant bunch. I hope is okay. Gracious, first pirates show up and now a whole army. I'm hearing rumors that the Great Vortex has disappeared too. Could that mean our days on these islands are over? Gave up on ever being able to return to Eurasia a long time ago. At this point, I'm not sure where I even want to go back. I bet Admiral Agares is sitting in the ship eating food and lazing around about right now. We may be common soldiers, but we need a chance to rest and take it easy sometimes too. No matter the age, no matter who the ruler, those skilled in the arts are always highly prized. Skilled dancers capture the hearts of kings, while sweet music guides brave souls to paradise. Here, the Roman aristocracy prizes them in particular, although there are examples of nobles being so obsessed with them that it leads to their ruin. Growth cannot exist without decline, and decline cannot exist without growth. In that light, the hard work of humanity seems so meaningless, though it's possible that only I feel this way. I think I may just play the later ease games on hard mode instead. Nightmare is kind of kicking my ass. I don't want to always be uncertain of where or not I can finish a playthrough, so maybe it's for the best. This town is currently under the occupation of the Roman army. Don't go trying anything funny or you'll regret it. Are you one of the townsfolk? You know what's good for you? You'll stay in your home unless you've got a very good reason to be out. Huh. They talk to Merchant Man. Yeah. Things are really, really bad. Wait, are any of them in the inn rooms, or is those always empty? How does anyone even go in these rooms? Seems they're just here for show. For completion's sake. There's this shop, everyone's there. Before Commander Ernst joined the fleet, we were shunned back in Rom. But ever since, we've been held in the highest regard, supposedly even by the Emperor himself. That's weird. Huh. What do you... How the heck were you shunned? Shunned for what? Was he like some part of... part of some race that the Romans didn't like? We spent what felt like forever at sea, and the minute we got here, we were stuck on a patrol mission. So I just want to have a good night's sleep on a proper bed. The majority of our forces have gone with Commander Ernst to the other island. They were a little too well equipped for a simple expedition, if you ask me. Fisher people. My stomach turned when I saw those ships approaching from the dock. I was hoping they weren't Roman ships, so unfortunately my worst fears came true. I was out watching the ocean right when the current began slowing down, so I'm almost positive the rumors about the Great Vortex disappearing are true. I've never seen a sea of Canaan that calm before. This is bad. Well, we've made it here, but now what are we supposed to do? No one ever tells us anything until the very last minute. Anyone at the top here? Nope. Oh shoot, what about the lady in charge of Emilus Sword's leave? Strange, this house looks nothing like any of the others. Please tell me you're still alive. Okay, good. It would be bad if she died and then there was no way to get to level 11 swords. The soldiers are on the hunt for any Rada in the area. I was captured too at one point. It was only once they noticed I didn't have a tail that they started grumbling and let me go. I'm not sure what they want Rada for, but it was a humiliating experience. Worry about the village in Quatera though. Ugh. Not good. For all intents and purposes, the commander in charge of this fleet... the commander is in charge of this fleet, not the admiral. The actual running of the fleet proposing operations, supposedly, they're all handled by the commander. You there. If you haven't got business here, I'm going to have to ask you to go back into town. Couldn't believe it when the Great Vortex actually stopped like the commander said it would. Just who is he? No one knows much about him, come to think of it. The Romun fleet. Where do you think you're going? This warship is part of the Romun fleet, led by Admiral Agares. Unless you're looking for a whole lot of trouble, I suggest you turn right around and walk away. Oh, but if you happen to see any subhumans with tails around, inform us at once. Word is that Admiral Agares intends to present them to the Emperor as a gift. We've been instructed to give 10 silver coins for every subhuman captured. That's racist. Is there anyone else at the docks? No. Guess I better head on over to Quatera, if they'll let me. I should probably save in a separate slot, because this totally changes the status quo. Let's see, anyone here? So I just want this operation to be over with so I can go back home. Oh, are you one of the townsfolk? It's not safe on your island. You should really go back home. I attack you! Hiya! He dodged it! This guy's a master spearsman. I can't win! Okay, are any soldiers on your side? Yes. Commander Ernst in charge, the chances of failure for this operation are nigh impossible. The main body of our forces are currently conducting an operation on this island. Unless you want to get caught up in it, I suggest you hurry along back home. Okay. I better teleport over to Radon Village. That's not good. It's just like what happened at in Keldic in Trails of Cold Steel 2. I still can't process what just happened. A group of soldiers I'd never seen before came in from out of nowhere and started attacking the village. Some of the Raidens were captured in the chaos. I'm worried for them, but I was far too outnumbered to do anything. Even now, I wouldn't be of much use. I think it's best I stay here until the heat dies down. Worried for the Raidens, but I was far too outnumbered to do anything. Even now, I wouldn't be of much use. I think it's best I stay here until the heat dies down. Is there anyone still alive? Gah. Seriously took everyone? They took everyone except the chief. Ugh. Adol. Huh. I would rather you not have seen me like this. After a great vortex vanished, a fleet of ships appeared on the horizon. A throng of Eurasians clad in steel advanced upon the village. I entrusted half of the villagers to Kuval, and they were able to escape. But the rest fell into the hands of those Eurasians. Olha and Isha were among them. Gah! Supporting Chief Ordsway on his shoulder, Adol helped him to his room. I was defeated by that long-haired man leading the soldiers. His hair was dark as night, but darker still was the sword of black emeralds he held in his hand. Our emerald lances were little more than wood to its great blade. I fear that sword may be... Chief Ord fell unconscious. A black emerald sword. I hoped it wouldn't come to this. The Roman fleet must have begun their invasion the moment the Great Vortex disappeared. I hurried to the town as soon as I was able, but it seems to have fallen under Roman control. And the Arreda have been captured by the Romuns too. Even so, I didn't expect anyone to be able to wound Chief Ord to such an extent. This is just awful. To tell you the truth, I'm amazed he's still alive. It just goes to show the Reda are a tough old lot, and I'm sure your first aid played a part. Adol, can I ask you to leave the chief to me and go back to Port Remorge? I think is being held on the warship docked to the town's wharf. No doubt the other villagers who were captured are being held in the same place. And frankly, you're the only one with any chance of saving them. Gah. Unfortunately, this next segment of the game will eventually lead to an escort mission. Even if I tried to just kill the enemies in the room and wait for sword magic to replenish, it still seems like kind of a long shot to win. Gah. Can't screw around with my farming gear. I'm going to equip real gear. Equip wind bracelet for now. Garden nothing. Sounds like old Rabba came over here because he was worried about the village. Remorge is under Roman occupation too, but at least I haven't heard about there being any casualties over there. The only ones the Romans seem to have any interest in capturing are the Radons. Where could they be taking them all? I wonder. I want to go to Limewater Cave real quick. Okay, thanks to those events, the dialogue in town has changed as well. We've been instructed to capture all the subhumans. But why? It's not like they've done anything wrong. This operation really doesn't sit well with me. No sooner had Commander Ernst come back than he set off right again. It's a real workaholic for sure. Yeah, what is with him anyways? Man in this house was giving me one hell of an evil glare earlier. I'm not surprised that the people here aren't too fond of us. There's no need to glare at us that much. Damned Romuns. If they lay so much of a finger on my family, they're gonna have hell to pay for it. I'll protect my family with my life. I heard the Roman soldiers had arrived. I was terrified they were here with my husband. Thank goodness that it wasn't it. I'm so relieved. Isn't Rom where Mommy and Daddy come from? So why are we hiding? They're running from Rom. I don't suppose there are any subhumans left in this town now. I was hoping to catch at least one of them so I could make a name for myself. Oh, Emilio's back. Who are you? Oh, you're just a European. Get back inside. You're getting in our way. We're busy looking for subhumans here. Their soldiers returned earlier with a group of subhumans in tow. Most of them had darker skin, but there were a couple of them who were pale as can be. This is terrible. I came back to town only to find that someone had left the gates of the Pickard pen wide open. What happened to all my Pickards? Those soldiers couldn't have eaten them, could they? That does not bode well. Fortunately, once I get to do a Pickard finding side quest, well, I can just teleport all over the place to get them all. One of the Romans were the ones who stopped the Great Vortex. None of the soldiers I've asked so far seem to know anything about how it disappeared. Then again, I should be more concerned about my sister. I wouldn't be surprised if she was plotting something. I wouldn't be surprised if my sister was plotting some kind of move against the Romuns. Soldiers who were deployed to the neighboring island came back earlier. They had a bunch of strange people with long ears and tails with them. Great Vortex is gone. That means anyone with a ship can return to Eurasia, right? Which means I can finally take my first steps towards the establishment of the Rose Trading Company. Yes! You wouldn't happen to know a way I could swindle the Romans out of a warship or two, would you? Well, at this point I'd be willing to accept just being given a ride back to Eurasia. Gah. The rest of the soldiers came back earlier, but Commander Ernst himself was nowhere to be seen. I wonder where he went. Okay, maybe I should go talk to Baslam next, since he and his cronies are back. The merchant in charge around here came back, so he asked for some food and water supplies. But doesn't the Altaginian merchant hate Romuns? But he got really annoyed and started shouting something or other. Can't tell you why for the life of me. I mean, we're soldiers. We were planning on paying for it. Master Baslam returned from Zemeth Island a short while ago. He was visibly shocked by how much the town had changed in his absence. The fault lies with my own ineptitude. I'm so ashamed. It was your master's fault for causing this to happen by lifting the great by allowing the fairies to get those. The master finally came back earlier. Where has he been this whole time? Well, I think the more I put anti-aliasing on here, the harder it is for OBS. Yeah, the in-game graphics will affect OBS's own performance, so it seems. You've got to be kidding me. What the hell is going on here? Just when I think I finally got rid of that damn vortex, the Romuns showed up. Gah. Why now? Why? I hate those scummy riding Romans more than anything else in the whole world. Pant. And now I'm hearing that they intend to sell the Rada off as slaves. I'm sure they'd make a pretty profit if they took them back to Rom. But if they think I'm going to stand and look back and let that happen, they've got another thing coming. I see that look in your eyes, Adol. It's not what you think. This isn't about defending the Rada. I just want the chance to knock those dirty Romans down a peg or two. Heh, I'm with you there. Oh, if it isn't Ladoc's daughter. I thought your lot had made a run for it when the fleet invaded. We wouldn't dream of running. We just finished the repairs to our ship and moved it away from that inlet before the Romuns found us. Now we've got her docked someplace they'd never think to look. Ha, clever. So what's Captain Ladoc planning on doing now? Actually, he sent me here with a message about just that. What would you two say to a chance to screw up the Romans' plans? Oh, that does sound interesting. Tell me more. The Rada that managed to avoid being captured by the Romans are on our ship at the moment. We had a chat with them and they're all in favor of saving the others who were captured. That's why I came to ask for your help. Well that certainly would give us a chance to get back at them. Still, they have the advantage in terms of military strength. I can't see us coming out on top if we try and challenge them head on. Oh, there's no way we try challenging them head on. Here's the plan. First, you make up some plausible reason to invite their boss to a banquet. The man charges Admiral Agares. He's your standard glutton from what I've heard, not the type to turn down food. Anyway, once he's at the banquet, Dad, the other pirates, and the Rada will create a diversion. A nice big one. Big enough to get all the Romuns on the ship away from the port. That's when a few of us will sneak on board and rescue the Rada who have been captured. Sounds risky, but I'm not seeing a better way. Why not? Count me in. My pride as a merchant of Altago is on the line here. I'm not going to back down from a little bit of risk. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, we'll leave Admiral Agares to you. As for you, Adol, I was hoping you'd join me in sneaking on the ship once the diversion's got underway. You're strong and nimble, so I think you're the best one for the job. So, if you've got anything you need to take care of, get to it. Once the operation starts, you're not going to have time to go and stock up on supplies again. Yeah, I might want to use a separate save. If things get too bad, I may have to farm some of those items. The seeds. That was one hell of a trip. And of course, we get back to find Roman soldiers strutting around like they own the place. Looks like the Great Vortex really is gone. Gah. Foolish merchant. I saw a man here who fit the description of the subhumans the Admiral was looking for. But he managed to get away before I could catch him. You haven't seen him anywhere, have you? So more money for any information that leads to a successful capture. Won't hurt the people here, but in return, if you have any information about the subhumans, inform us at once. I think it's about time I went back to my post. Hey, just one more pint. One more pint and I'll return to my duty, sir. Was hiding in here, but they soon found him and dragged him away. The soldiers may not understand him since he's Raiden, but he's still our friend. I don't know what they intend on doing to him, but it's not a pleasant feeling to see a friend dragged away in front of you. Canaan has long been enveloped in the ocean's embrace, but now the flow of time threatens to swallow it whole. Were the Romans' arrival a result of divine providence? Or is it a whim by a beautiful yet capricious goddess? Fate is truly an ironic thing, is it not? Gah. Sorry, young lady. I just couldn't let a chance for a promotion pass me by. These people are awful. They just dragged off like he was some kind of animal. They better not be planning on doing anything to him. Makes you wonder. It's possible that other Rada managed to escape the island before the Great Vortex came up. So, wonder what their chances are outside. They may have gotten enslaved too. Shoot. Yeah, centuries ago, before the Great Vortex was set up. Who knows? My homeland was invaded by the Roman Empire a fair amount in the past. But I never expected to see them in a place as remote as this. So does nothing sate their lust for power? Those damn Romans, does nothing sate their lust for power? When the fleet first arrived, some people here thought they might finally be able to go back to their homelands. The reality has been far from it. Instead of getting to go home, we're being threatened and kept in our homes. What did we ever do to deserve this? Some people are so heartless. This really is a peaceful island, isn't it? Not what you'd expect to find in the middle of the Great Vortex known for swallowing up so many ships. Climb over these wooden steps. Oh shoot, I just realized the sky is tearing here as well. Gah. Wonder if anyone will ever fix it. I'm just gonna take a screenshot real quick. Apparently the Admiral's planning on capturing all the subhumans and selling them as slaves. Please tell me we didn't get sent all the way into the middle of the Atlas Sea for a selfish reason like that. What say you, Adol? Do you think you might be able to do something about this predicament? If only I could get the level 11 swords, then it'd be easier to spam my magics. Admiral Gari took all the subhumans he captured onto his ship. It's always been a bit of a strange one. I'm ordered by the Admiral to increase security. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to stay away from the port area. Ever since the soldiers who went to the island came back, the Admiral's been in a disturbingly good mood. It's kind of creepy, to be honest. I found the soldier who was in charge and he agreed to let me board the ship back to Rom. Sniff, now I can finally go back home to my family. Yeah, I guess not. The heck was he saying? I think he said something different this time. Where do you think you're going? Trouble. Well, if we've been checking to give 10 silver coins for subhuman captured, I'd give up on that if I were you. Where's that? Commander Ernst is on the hunt for the rest of them. And with him on the job, your chances of getting there first are slim to none. I see. He thinks I'm trying to turn them in. Little does he know. Okay, I think that's all I can do for NPC interactions. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please use a down thrust attack on the like or subscribe button, since I'm pretty sure those buttons are stationary and therefore will take extra hits from the down thrust attack.